exploring partial quotients algorithm to solve division problems. A couple of terms that you'll need to know before solving a division problem. You'll see division problems set up like this with the two numbers. In this case, it's 72 divided by 4 equals 18. That means we're taking 72, dividing it into 4 groups, and coming up with the answer. The first number that we're dividing we call the dividend. The number in which we're dividing the dividend into, let's say, groups is called the divisor, and the answer to a division problem is called a quotient. You may see division problems set up several different ways. One way is this traditional bar and dots that we just took a look at with what we have here. You may see it set up this way, and x being the unknown as we haven't solved it entirely. Did you know a fraction is also a division problem? The other way you might see this set up, and the way we're going to be working with it today so that we can use our partial quotients algorithm, looks a little bit like, well, it looks just like this. Something you may recognize in our terminology above, in partial quotients, you may recognize this word partial being part. You recognize it from our partial products algorithm that we used several weeks ago. So what this tells me is we're going to be breaking these numbers into parts to be more manageable and solve much more efficiently for us. So my first step when I'm looking at these numbers here is I want to use some numbers that are more manageable, some that I have an idea of the relationship between. I'm going to draw this box because it will extend all the way down. One of the first numbers that I recognize, I'm looking at 4, and I know a number lower than 72, which 4 has a relationship. I like to work in tens, so I'm going to start by saying 4 times 10 equals what number? And essentially what I'm doing is I'm pulling out the 40 from the 72 to make it more manageable and divide it into this number. So what I'm saying is 40 divided by 4 equals 10. And I've taken that 40 out of the 72. So what I have left over, I've pulled the 72 into 2 parts, one being 40, the other being 72 minus 40 is 32. Now what that looks like when I'm doing 40 divided by 4, essentially what I'm doing is I'm dividing the number into 4 parts. So that number 40 into 4 parts looks like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. Nice equal parts in my 4 groups. There's 10 green dots, and that's what I came to with my partial quotient in this case. Now I'm looking at the number 32, and I'm trying to recognize a relationship of a number lower than 32, something that I'm very familiar with. That has that relationship with 4. The one I recognize most closely, I can do 20 very easily because I'm knowing that 4 times 5, as it were, is 20. 4 times 5 is the 20. So I've pulled that 32 into 2 separate parts. 32 minus 20 is 12. And I can recognize that visually. So dividing 20 into 4 parts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. There are 5 blue dots, which is what I came up with my partial quotient. So the last number, 12, I know this relationship. It's very strong in my mind with the relationship with 4. That is that 4 times 3 is 12. So it looks like this. I don't have to pull this number apart any more than I have. What's very convenient about this is when you've pulled the 72 into 3 parts, that being 40 and 20 and 12, add those together, there's 72. There is, after you pull them into the 3 parts, there is 0 remainder in this case. But the 12 divided by 4, 12 divided into the 4 groups looks like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And that's my three red dots, and that's the 3 that I came up with as my partial quotient. And what I recognize here now, each of these groups has 18 dots in them. So I'm thinking 72 divided by 4 is 18. And I know it's nice and even because I didn't have a remainder as it turns out. But what I've done here with my partial quotients, if I add them together, 10 plus 5 plus 3 turns out to be 18, which is my answer.